So tonight I've got an unboxing here and some stuff. Put this stuff away. For those people watching later, might be a little boring. For those people that are watching now, a whole lot more fun. A whole lot more fun to hang out live, chat, heckle, whatever, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to bring you up here on the phone. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, needs toolkits or whatever, here's my, James is here, good. There you go. There's my information. Like I said, going to bring you up here on the phone. And see where that goes. James is here. Larry's here. Hello. Well, William's here. Good. John's here. Heckler. A+. Okay. Bob. Hello. And Larry again. Okay. Cool. Screen rotation. So I should be able to hear / see comments. Okay. So let's start with, I think this is what I think it is. Cool. Still doesn't want to come out. So this is a HS260A. Uh-oh. I got a phone call from the wife. Look out. Hey, I'm live. What's up? A while? What do you need? Go ahead. No. If it's in Stratford today, it'll be there tomorrow. That would be usually even out of state, they'll get it there in a day from a single state over. UPS will get it there in a day. So if it's in state, then almost definitely tomorrow. You should see tomorrow morning. You should see out for delivery, basically. And tomorrow morning you'll be able to tell. Sorry guys, hang on. My wife and the Christmas present situation. I'll be right back. should be there tomorrow. Tomorrow morning you should see out for delivery in the early AM. Yeah. If it's in Stratford, it should show up tomorrow. That's not. Yeah, that's what I would certainly anticipate. Yeah. Right. Your call, but yeah, I would gamble with that. Let me go. Sorry, guys. It's a crisis of Christmas presents. Did I read this right? Hang on a second. Did I read this right? William, mom passed away this morning. Was she comfortable, William? Mega, hello. Welcome. Did they at least keep her comfortable, William? I feel for you, man. Hell of a fight. Okay. Well, all our best, man. Hey, Pat. How you doing? Okay, so I think they accidentally sent me 2 kits. Okay, that's cool. Tillotson original DG5HST and an RK23HS. I don't know. Not familiar with Tillotson kits. So, whatever. That's the new kits. William, we feel for you. Really, really all do. I'm sorry, man. Onward. Sorry. Let's kit a carburetor. I find that when I have tough stuff happen, let's get a carb. You know, guys, I don't. Maybe I can't be the only one out there like this, but I hate feeling useless. You know, doesn't like if there are some people that their idea of vacation is sitting on a beach, and I can go and sit on a beach for a little bit because I like that, but eventually I start looking around for a toilet to fix or something. You know, I just I need to be bored for a while, fine, but eventually I just hate feeling useless. And so if I'm feeling kind of useless, I have to start looking for something to fix. And tonight we're going to do a carburetor. I don't even know if this really needs fixing, to be honest. But maybe it's clean, maybe it's dirty. I don't know. Let's figure it out. Hey, Ken. Sad news tonight. William's mom's passed. So. Yeah, it's not that I want to ignore sad stuff, but for some reason just my body wants to do this type of thing. I'm not trying to ignore it. That's not the thing. You don't want to. It's not to minimize it or ignore it, but when stuff happens, just say, you know what, time to go get a carburetor or go sharpen a chain or something. And I'm really tired. Let's pull this apart. If you guys want to go see something funny, over on OPE forum, just go check out the 395 chain adjuster thread. I made one stinking comment. Oh, man. Just, I don't know. Looks pretty clean in here, actually. Ultrasonic tanks, yeah. Matt, when I go out to a restaurant, I look at the trim and want to understand why I do it correctly and want to fix it. Yeah. Start looking at the ceiling, being like, why do they fix that? You know, yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to laugh, go to OPE forum, go to the chainsaws section. There's a thread on a 395 chain adjuster, and you can look at my comment there that. Jeez. That was a captive. Yeah, this might have been fine. The carb might have ran fine. I don't know. I think the 23 kit is the one that I need, but I'm kind of curious. Well, it sure looks like it'll fit. So this is just a gasket kit here without the needle and everything. So let's see here. If the needle holds pressure, then I'll just change out the gaskets. Too far. And the screen looks fine too. It was fine until it went flying across the room. Great. Where did that go? Oh, already. Nobody here has ever experienced that. Oh. No way. Let's get a flashlight. If I can find it, great. If I can't, oh well. Funny and not funny all at the same time. How in the world did that go flying so incredibly fast? Nope. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, dear. Sorry. All right. Got it. So now what I do is I check this for flow. First off, it's got a hold right there, and as soon as you press down here, it should flow through, which it does. All right. We know those are the old ones. And we put the gasket. Actually, let's do the other one first. So let's do this side first. Yeah, that looks right. And then we'll do the mini vac. Yep. One, two. Yeah, only Matt would lose it too. Oh, idiot. That Matt guy. T15, I want to guess. Okay. T15 here. You can do it with the flat blade, but if I'm torquing this down, I might as well use the correct size torques. I like tools that are useful. Yeah, where's Nick? Yeah, where is that Irish fellow? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should do. Now we can mini vac this and check it for pressure. 15 people here. For those that are freshly here, the news of the day was William's mom passed yesterday. Or was it last night? Forgive me, William. William's mom has passed, and yeah, we're all very sad for him. So, hence the fixing a carburetor. Yeah. Minivac. Right. So, fuel in here. So I'm going to test pop-off pressure on here with the Minivac. Okay, so about it's about 16, 17 pounds. 17, hold 17, here's 20. Just to 25. That should be fine. Let's put a little bit of brake cleaner here. Let's stretch that spring just a tad. Sleeve. Actually, Larry, I'll disagree with that. Brake cleaner is it's carburetor cleaner that's no good for the rubber tip needles. I have not had trouble with brake cleaner. I've had carburetor cleaner actually expand the needles. The rubber tips, rather. But the brake cleaner doesn't seem to have the trouble. Yeah, that's cleaned. Cleaned up a little bit. If you boil the rubber, they will shrink back. Yes. Nikki, we were just talking about you. Yeah, carb cleaner definitely is no good, but I've had good luck so far with brake cleaner and needle tips. I stretched the spring just a little bit. There's 25 pounds. Perfect. Yeah, I've had two 394 needles swell on me. There, that lines up. Have you done an XT carb swap and an XP? Yeah, and I'm just overall, I know that people do it. I still don't like the way those RWJ carbs run. They're supposed to be awesome, but an HD12B properly in there runs fine. Just want to make sure that this actually goes in the slot there. And you can look on the old one and say, okay, gasket down first, and then the diaphragm. A bucket of carbs. Okay, sometimes I get carbs running and sometimes I don't. I do tend to find that kitting larger carbs tends to be more rewarding. In particular, the 394 carburetors kit pretty well. But a lot of the, like the 372 carburetors, just don't. You just need a brand new 12B and kind of off you run. Still nice to have parts. $16 people here. Anybody here I haven't given a shout out to? So all I'm doing is just kind of screwing this back down. Okay. Toss these because we don't need those. And this part is actually in reasonably good shape. No cracks or breaks in the block. But we really could use new gaskets, which we happen to have over here. Don't need a gasket there, but you do need this gasket here. And then the block. Make sure that lines up, then you got that. Then you make sure that lines up. Something's not quite right about that gasket. So I may need to use the original one, which hopefully is around here somewhere. There we go. Random places. here? Did it fall? I thought I saw it under here maybe. And this gasket doesn't quite look like it fits exactly right. Yeah. So here's the original gasket, which I think we're going to have to use. So let's give this a good clean. This one I don't need, but this one I do. That's why some of these are kind of finicky. Get some dirty off it. Yes, they can. At least I don't see why they wouldn't be able to be 3D printed. Okay, so this gasket, probably for more like 266, or the old 61 or something, I don't know. Rather than 268. It's a little bit different. Might be old 61. Hey, Adirondacks. Welcome. Been a while. Yeah, we're just getting the carb here. For kind of a ratty-tatty. Yeah, it's old 261. Yeah, that's probably what it's for. Well, this is a ratty-tatty 268. It says 61, but this is a 60. This is a 268 now. Let's do a little bit of rebond. You know what? Can't do that. That's still got WD-40 on it. Why does it feel oily? That's why. Hey, Alan. Yeah, no cussing. Yeah, I know. Yep. Maybe I've forgotten. Maybe I've intentionally forgotten how bad they can be. Hey, Steve. Fuel on upside down and seem awfully long. No, it's not on upside down. It's just fuel line. This is not like normal 268 line. This is like regular fuel line. Well, let's see if I can get it, you know? We'll tell you what, instead of 1184, let's use 518 on this. Doesn't need much. I just need a little bit, you know? Yeah, I know. I probably should have waited to put the head down, but I couldn't help it, you know? Wonder, can I get it to stick? Yep. Sorry, Larry, I missed the original question. 2065 falls in the face, you get the throttle. Sounds like it's not getting fuel. Try another carb. If that doesn't fix it, new plug. If that doesn't fix it, new coil. Hang on. Sometimes it's easier to put the rubber down first. I know how to make this easier. Hang on. Good spark, fuel line, filter change, tank vent is new. Again, I would. Sorry, Larry. I'm. Forgive me. I'm not watching, but have you tried swapping the coil? Even if it has good spark, we were just talking about this last night. Even if it has good spark, I'd try swapping that coil, man. Assuming the carburetor is flowing enough fuel, and you're sure about that. Yeah, compression's good. Actually, the tricky thing here is simply going to be getting the bellows on here. Because that wasn't too bad. Husky coils. They're a pain. That'll be good enough to see it pop. I can always shorten the fuel line later. Let's get the muffler on. But before we do that, a couple more unboxings to do. We got unboxings to do. 17 people here, and I still haven't gotten to the Husky unboxing. Of course, I bought. I hate it when you buy stuff that you already have, you know. I don't really hate it. I don't mind having more stuff, but. Brake band. Mega. Oh, ye of little faith. You've been a pain in the neck when somebody just does it. No, actually, what I did first was I stuck the gasket on there with some 518. Then I put the rubber baffle down. Then I put the block through it. And so when all that's set and pretty good spot, then I slide the rest in. And yes, I just figured that out now. Okay, so brake band's there. Gary, we're in New York. What in the hell is going on here? 18 people watching. Anybody here I have not given a shout out to? Yeah, if the compression's good, then it's fuel, spark, or timing, right? Yeah, these are nice, huh? Not cheap. Brandy new 268 flappers. Just put a brand new carb on, does the same thing. Okay, change out the coil. Take a 350 apart, swap in the coil, see what happens. I've had them where I've had to change 3 coils until you get one that, holy cow, now it runs. You're like, the Husky coils are a pain. Do what Matt says. I wish I had all the answers. Believe me, I get just as frustrated as you guys do. You know? I get all kinds of frustrated with this sort of stuff. All right, let's open the Hyway haul here because this is the goodies. Oh yeah, there we go. Actually, here's the packing slip. I forget what I get. Remarks, total sample, delivered at place, Highway industrial, bank details. That's not in there. Okay. That's not actually the order. Lost one. Welcome, Alan. Did you get what from eBay? I got a lot of stuff from eBay. Yeah, the flappers I got from eBay. Here was. Ooh. This is what I was looking for. Plus 2. That's the support that I was looking for. We can finish that, but might as well go through the rest of the haul here. These are 268 or 288 mufflers. Doesn't say. I don't know. I think this is 268 mufflers. Yeah, Larry, go out and figure that out now. We want to know. $272 clutches. I don't think there's any point in going OEM with something like this. If the clutch that's on there works good, then I'll leave it. If not, then I can just put that one on. $394 clutch. I have a few of these anyway, but I'll throw this in the 288 box because it's the same clutch. Yeah, so his edges, they don't talk back. Always nice to have bar nuts around. 288 tensioners, 268 tensioners. I think I'll throw those in 268 stuff. I think these are 372, 394 throttle springs, throttle catch springs. Yeah, I think it goes out to the shed. I assume this is a 268 handle, but I forget. These handles are pretty nice, so let's save that one over here. What I regret was not getting 660 ones. $372. These pieces always tend to break. It's nice to have extra for the starters. Seals. I think these are 268 starter pieces, but these are for the heavier covers, not the small covers. Doesn't matter. Always nice to have those around. 268 dust covers. $288/394 seals. I'll throw those in the 288 bucket because we're going to need those in a hurry. Somehow I ran out of 394 seals. These handles are always nice to have. They feel better. Another muffler. I'm going to use an OEM muffler on the Ratty Tatty 268. Oil pickups. These plastic chain guides. Larry, I'll probably be on tomorrow too. I don't know what we're going to do, but I think those are 394, but they might be 288. I forget. 394 must be 394 supports. 372 seals. And I forget springs. I guess that's probably 268. Muffler supports are always breaking. What a pain. Yeah, we want the test results now. What are you waiting for, Larry? What the heck is this? Always nice to have an extra 394 clutch cover. Now, these things, you know, are pretty nice for what they are. They're really not that expensive. And if you have a really kind of clutch cover, this is a nice cure for it, you know. Well, and there's some stuff here that, you know, costs a lot of money. There's some stuff that really doesn't. This just doesn't cost that much money. And to have as a backup piece is really nice in case you bust your clutch cover. I think they do a pretty nice job with these. The color's a little bit off, but these are 268 seals. So we'll throw over there because I will need those for the other one. Yeah. For the other case. This goes out to the shed. Another top handle for a $394. These things are like one of the best deals in the aftermarket because they come with an AV mount and the screws for $394. Those screws are like $2 a shot times 5 of them. Actually, if you guys want to see me splash the cash, then I can tell you all about my bill to the Dental Association. $372 seals. Those look like 372 seals. Hyway 372 seal kits. And this looks like a 268. Another 268 seal kit. I'll throw over there. My stinking dues to the Dental Association is over $1,000 this year. Just for my dang dues. I'm really not getting a whole lot for it. Just so I can say I'm an ADA member. $1,000. Isn't that lovely? Just paid that bill. I'm off to the store. Give a thumbs up. Covered. Lost one. You take care. Don't be lost, okay? I have not checked the eBay. Oh, cool. I got a bag here. Throw more garbage in. Good. Right. Too old, James. We want current jokes. Come on. Hey, Boneyard. Was just thinking about throwing a muffler on this thing. Pay for that every other year. Just forget to take another claim every other year. Right. I guess I can pull something like that. I don't know. And just the whole thing is just silly. Just silly. Right. Looks like I need a dog here. But apparently, like, all goes together all at the same time, so I forget. the exhaust gasket, but I don't want this exhaust gasket. I want the new exhaust gasket. Or not. I guess we'll use that exhaust gasket. Whatever, not like it really matters. Just an exhaust gasket. Screen looks like it's open. Don't tell me some of these screws. Captured screws. Captured. Yeah, the screws are sort of captured in the gasket. Okay. Basically just going to put that on. Yeah, the tank vent's not an issue until a few minutes into running the saw, and then it'll stall out. Okay. I'm going to make sure this is all kind of loosey-goosey here until it's not, basically. How about flooding with a loose needle spring? Yeah, that's possible, or it won't fully seat. But it's probably not too much fuel. It's probably either too little fuel or effectively too little spark. Yeah, something's up with the coil, Larry. those coils like change at idle to full on running. Something changes, I think. There's advanced and there's retarding and all kinds of stuff going on there. Oh, you just did a new coil? Somehow the fuel flow isn't there. Somehow the fuel. So you've tried a new carb, you've tried a new coil, new spark plug, new fuel line filter. Next thing would be try switching the flywheel. If for whatever reason the magnets have demagnetized or something like that, then you have a weak spark also. Put your hand on the plug and check it for spark. Yeah, it's good. Do that. You might you'll be shocked. Two bad carbs, two bad coils. I've had multiple bad coils. If you have a brandy new OEM coil, I'd say okay, but eventually you have to switch out saws, you know? What you're doing here. Frustrating. Okay. Ratty Tatty 268, almost ready to pop here. The intakes on steel chainsaws. Okay. One, two. All these muffler bolts here, just tighten them down. William's back. Welcome back. Now I need to find a spark plug. I don't know if I have one. Here, I might. I have more plugs, but they're out in the shed. Intake manifolds on steel saws. Just a trend, Boneyard? Gotta remember to attach the choke. Click. Hey, Dan. I gotta imagine. Yeah, I mean, I'll check compression in just a minute. I gotta imagine that Larry's checked the spark arrestor screen. Parts only. Nope, not anymore. This is gonna run for reals. That's the better. Darn close. I'm gonna pop here. I gotta take this off. Hey, Tinman. Yeah, you're kind of late, but you didn't miss the pop. Coffee's coming in just a minute, James. You're right. You will not be disappointed in that respect. This is by no means a super clean saw, but should have a little bit of pop, you know? Let's see. Is anybody betting it'll spill gas everywhere? All right. Okay, I'm going to put this on. I'll check compression in a minute. Okay, it's on. Choke is set. High idle is set. I think it's this is reasonable compression here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 5. Based on Pops. I'm practically giving it away. $300 shipped. Come on, guys. Larry, $300 shipped. This one's running. Give this one to your buddy and get the 372 back. That way you can have more time to play with the 372. Sorry, I get just bad. Actually, I know Ken's over there drooling over this thing. Give it 2.5 pulls first. No, those aren't real pulls. That's just a test to make sure. Anyway, here's what I do. Let's do, because somebody asked for it, a compression test. Yeah, shipped to Ireland. I doubt it. I'm willing to bet this would be $100 to ship it to Ireland, if not more than that. Yeah, we get stuck in customs for about 3 months. All right, let's see for compression. Oh man, it feels stout. I don't know. I don't want to pull on this. Well, we're 155-ish. No, James, remember, it's not a base gasket delete, so it's not going to be super high, but 155 is pretty darn good for a stock saw with a new ring. Oh, it'd be awful to ship to New Zealand. Oof. You'll swap me a running 362. What would I do with that? It's actually not a bad deal at all, William. Take a picture with you. You have a gray top 61 near mint. Great. Put a put a 272 top end on it and have fun. Yeah, the 362 that would be a fine swap, really. I need the money. I don't need the saws. That's the problem. William, you could certainly get $300 for that thing. For a 362, 362 XP, the a Husky 362, the one with the small mount. Or a steel 362. Yeah, 362 special. That's cool. It's a cool saw. It would be a very fair deal, but I need the cash more than I need the saws. And I don't know who would really want that 362 that I could pawn that off on, you know? Nikki, I'd love a 394, but I have no use for it. I got a 394 coming from my father-in-law, the one down in Oklahoma. I'm going to send that up here and tear that thing down again. Because I got that EC Saws top end that I'm going to put on it. Your light on saws, I'll use it. Have two 268s. This one seems. This is nice. This is, you know, that was a nice pop. This is going to be a nice piece for. I mean, it'd be a great firewood saw for somebody. Great firewood saw. Well, and this is the 60. I should just scratch that off there. The 61 this is not a 61 now. This is a 268. Officially, this is a 268, not a 61. This is a 268 top end, and yeah. So good Hyway haul tonight. I need to put a bellows on here, so I'm still waiting on that. HL Supply was supposed to show up on Saturday. It is now in shipping limbo, which is unfortunate. I think there's a bellows in there, and we could have basically completed this, because that's just what I'm waiting on, is a darn bellows. I want to put a nice new bellows in there. Later, Boneyard. Have a great night. Merry Christmas. $22 people here. Is anybody here that I've not given a shout out to? And shared my appreciation for hanging out. Show you something else that's a nice. You know, these saws cost an awful lot of money. They really do. They cost an awful lot of money to actually get running right. Here is the rubber piece that goes for the carburetor, and you know, it's just silly to not have it. But I would put it in here, but I would need to put the bellows in first, really. But these are OEM pieces. Uh-oh, we're talking about girls again. We might be here all night. Yeah, anybody I didn't give a shout out to that's watching, that wants a shout out. Um, did I miss any comments? Larry, did I miss anything? James, I think he's trying to hook you up. Any time off for the holidays? Well, the kids, Christopher unfortunately has been feverish, so I don't know what we're really doing. I'm out of work relatively early tomorrow, 2 o'clock, I think, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever it is. So we'll be have a little time for Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, of course, we're off. Um, and then back to work Thursday, normal day. Friday till 2, Saturday till 1. Larry, don't forget the ice cream. Night, Larry. Larry, I wish you best of luck on that 372. Just keep swapping stuff out, man. You'll figure it out eventually. Eventually, it'll strike. And then you'll be like, oh, is it quitting time? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I got a bunch of goodies from Hyway. Now I'm still waiting on that head. That's the next thing is I need that head from HL Supply, the OEM 272 head, so we can get a squish on the saw here, and then I can do some machining down at the folks, so I'll know where squishes are and get all that stuff optimized. Yeah, Larry, it'll hit you so hard over the friggin' head, and I've done it 100 times, and it's frustrating every time. Night, Adirondacks. Thanks so much. Rattler ever finished the head? No, no, he did not. But I'm not worried about that. The the 372 XPW, the big heads, the 51.4 millimeter OEM heads are going the way of the Dodo. I don't think there are any more in stock, so I don't even know if that will ever get copied, which is kind of a shame. But if he can effectively blueprint it and give me an idea of what numbers are on it, maybe I can actually more or less recreate it with the big bore that I have, with the 52 millimeter that I have. So I don't have an update from Rattler on that yet, although I'm in no particular hurry. I spent way too much money on these stinking things, and now just my stupid dues for the ADA. It's just brutal. Yeah, concept. Just so everybody knows, my own concept of Christmas presents is very different from everybody else's. I think this is a fairly relevant topic. I'm not the type of guy that saves up money all year long just so I could buy Christmas presents. That is a foreign concept to me. I know that I have friends that do it. They have actual Christmas budgets. that doesn't make much sense for me. Um, to me, presents are something that you buy when you've paid your bills, you've got some money left over, and you can have, comfortably give some presents. That's, to me, as opposed to basically sacrificing whatever your needs are for the rest of the year just to come up with a budget. I just, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't mind buying presents for people, that's fine. But, bills and other stuff come first. And if I'm not feeling flush, then guess what? It's not happening. Um, what also drives me crazy is personally, I get driven crazy by other family members that are that give gifts when I basically have a good idea that they can't possibly afford it. It's one thing to do sacrificial giving. Um, I understand that. Back to the lady in the Bible that gave her last two mites or cents or whatever the heck it was. Um, Sacrificial giving is kind of its own thing. I just don't think Christmas presents fall under that. It's kind of where I am. You're meant to be bummed with dollar bills. Yeah, it'd be nice, huh? Yeah, the mites. Yeah. So I understand the concept, the biblical concept of you have a rich guy that gives some chunks of gold, and you have the poor lady that gives a couple of mites, and as it turns out, she gave more than the rich guy. That makes complete sense to me. I don't think Christmas presents involve sacrificial giving. It doesn't really matter. Um, it's the thought that counts. If you're thinking about okay, does this make sense? If you're thinking about sacrificing yourself to give to somebody that has plenty, think about this. In the United States, we have plenty of just about everything. We don't need more food. Thanksgiving doesn't make any sense today, not because it's a bad holiday, but because we have plenty of food in the U.S. We don't need more. I definitely don't need more food. You know? So if we have plenty of X, Y, or Z, then you're right. It is a thought that counts, but it was kind of like the wrong thought. You sent the wrong thought in somebody's direction. And so on that kind of a topic, my some of my office people asked me the other day, Dr. Matt, what do you want for Christmas? We are so rich. I live for the immigrant. Boy, Tinman, yeah, you got it. Always thankful for being fine. Um, but they asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and the answer was basically something that nobody else could actually give me, and that was time. My um, not dream, but the thing I want the most is time at home to do what I want to do. The most valuable thing for me is time at home to either spend with a family, hang out with you guys, um, build something, fix something, have the time to do that. That's what I want. And nobody else can actually give that to me. We have so much clean water, we wash our cars with it. Boy, you got it. I spent plenty of time in the Dominican Republic on mission trips, and um, I think I've gone like 8 or 9 times. And the concept of just picking out the drapes here is that we pick out the color of the drapes here, and United States is just insane compared to how a lot of the rest of the world lives. I'm talking about like people that have a single Christmas light or whatever for their kitchen light. It just handmade gifts are fun. Yeah, and I'm fine with that too. Um, I guess kind of part of the conclusion here is that I enjoy spending time with you guys. I really do, and I appreciate that everybody comes on here and plays nice, and everybody has a good time, and I think that's great. And I hope that this continues. Um, I hope that we get to hang out as much as possible. I don't know, you know, the whole chainsaw thing. Even though I have quite a bit to do here, I don't know how much more I'll have. I don't know what's going to show up and what's not, what jobs I'll take on and what I won't. Right now, I'm working on these things. It's winter time, and I have a little bit of time here because I'm not outside working on the fence or whatever. Um, I just don't know where this is going to go. You know what I mean? But I do want you guys to know that you're appreciated, and I especially appreciate the fact that we all have a good time, and everybody really gets along pretty well, and that's just wonderful to me. Tinman, I'm right there with you. Thanks so much. Thank you, James, William, everybody. Beer Ghost. Yeah, Craig, it's a great spot just to hang out, and it doesn't really translate onto the forums necessarily. I don't know. I think what we have here on the channel is really special, and I don't know if it's created really anywhere else. I'm sure that there's other channels. I know Buckin has lots of people that go hang out with him, and that's great. It doesn't have the same feel. You know, it doesn't have the same feel as we do here. This is a very different thing. I don't know if anybody else that's doing this, at least not in this type of format. Um, the forums are full of arguing, and if 18 people, if you guys want to go see the arguing, um, I'm fine with the back and forth. That's not a problem. But the personal attacks that come don't make any sense to me. You don't need the personal attacks. So you guys get OPE forum chainsaws and look up the 395 tensioner thread. You can see the end of that. Anyway, if you want something, if you want to giggle, uh, it's mean spirited. Yeah, you don't need the mean. I can disagree with somebody and it not be mean. Have a laugh, have a chat. We can have a disagreement. I disagree with Larry on the carburetor cleaner, but that's fine. If something works for him, great. Mention something to me. And there are days when people have mentioned stuff to me and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. And then eventually I come back around and be like, oh, you were right. Because they were right. And anybody that's blocked, just so everybody knows, people accidentally get blocked. Email me, let me know, and I will get that fixed if that's happening. So on that note, thank you everybody. Merry Christmas, Peter Call. Thank you for coming on, Peter. I haven't seen you talk too much tonight. Um, you are certainly welcome here, as is everybody else. And please feel free to comment more. I didn't see you talk too much tonight. Like none of us is as smart as all of us. Yeah, fair enough. Right, disagreements are fine. So have the disagreements. If you disagree with me, fine. Come on and let's have, yeah, like Mega says, shared interest. Let's go for it, and have a good time. And maybe hear a pop. All right. Hopefully the HL Supply stuff will be here tomorrow. Really hoping that it ends up out of shipping limbo. It's not HL Supply's problem. It's literally shipping limbo. Man, it must be something. I could have went to bed an hour ago after bringing out for viewers, but I stayed here. Nikki, we appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And for William, I'm so terribly sorry. William, I don't know if you're still on, but William, I'm so sorry for you and I Merry Christmas and everybody have a great night. Stay safe. Thanks so very much. You guys are all appreciated. Have a good one, guys.